Vacation is for losers.
Yeah, straight A student, but I'm friends with a cool kid. Following the rules and the rubric. Freestyle on the bus and it's too lit. Everybody like, hold down, who's this? Raising the stakes like Roos Chris. Clockwork, how I shine like.
I just spent 3 weeks traveling across Europe and the US. I ate lobster in Boston, tapas in Spain, and pizza in its birthplace. I saw Duomos, I drank beers, and I watched football. Then, all of a sudden, it hit me. I had no idea why I was there. I was just on vacation. I was a loser. But on the trip, I discovered a better way. You don't have to waste weeks of your precious little time off, and you don't have to be a loser like me. Let me explain. Vacation can take on a lot of forms. Let me know if this one sounds familiar. You fly into a city and make your way to the hotel. You spend your days visiting museums and tourist attractions. You spend your evenings eating overpriced and mediocre food. You visit the supposedly non-touristy hidden gems. And you go home unchanged. You're excited to get back to your real life. I've been there many times. After 3 weeks in Europe, nothing was more shocking than the crowds. These places are overrun with tourists. It was the first thing I noticed in every single place I visited. Barcelona, Madrid, Sevilla, Milan, Florence, everywhere was crowded beyond belief. And while these places do rely on tourism, it feels like that relationship is becoming a bit unhealthy. Are there famous tourist attractions in your town or places you lived in the past? There are a ton here in San Francisco, and I've been to a bunch of them. But most of my time is spent living my life. If I see the cable cars, it's because I just happen to be walking by. And the same is true for just about everyone else who lives here. But even on the rare occasions that I do visit places like the Golden Gate Bridge, they don't look like this. We heard that this view would be pretty relaxed and free of tourists. What we didn't hear was that American study abroad programs started yesterday. So, all of Europe is just a tourist wasteland? No, of course not. And we'll talk about that soon. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's fun to be a tourist. There's a reason that these places became so famous and are still extremely popular for visitors. If you like history, there's no better place to learn about the Enlightenment than Florence. If you want to see a crazy church, Milan will give you that. And Barcelona does have a lot of incredible food. It's pretty much everywhere you look. And everyone deserves a break from time to time. So if you know you'll have a good time at an all-inclusive resort, go ahead and book it. When we got off the train in Sevilla, Spain, I got flashbacks to Disney World. There really were that many tourists. We far outnumbered the locals. But just when I thought I'd made a terrible mistake, this happened. What is that? I spent the next 20 minutes chasing this band through the streets. Until finally, Still, there's a better option. As the trip went on, I still couldn't find a solution. But I think I found the problem. And yeah, I was on vacation and I was a loser, but that wasn't the real problem. The real problem is that I wasn't really traveling. I wasn't doing anything that I couldn't just do at home. Sure, the food and landmarks were different, but I wasn't really experiencing a different culture or lifestyle. I was just doing what I would have done at home, but in a new country. I was vacationing, but I wanted to be traveling. The difference between vacation and travel can mean a lot of things. Relaxing versus adventuring, sightseeing versus living, or destination versus neighborhood. But for me, the difference comes down to only one thing. And what is that? Let's say you agree that this form of vacation isn't ideal. Maybe travel is a better way to spend your time. What can you do instead? Here are 3 ideas. Number 1, stay somewhere else. Everyone in the world wants to go to Paris, London, and New York, so just go somewhere else. Number 2, go another time. If you're anything like me, there's no bigger turnoff than crowds. Was this a good sandwich? Yes. Would I wait in an hour-long line for it? Only if I had to. And during the biggest tourist seasons in the biggest tourist destinations, you're going to have to. So if you must go to a place that's famous for tourism, maybe go in the off-season next time. A bit of rain and cold might do you good. Number 3, do as the locals do. The highlight of this trip for me was watching AC Milan play in the San Siro. This match wasn't really important to either team, and it wasn't a particularly good game, but it's something that people who live around Milan would die to attend. It's hard to imagine a more local activity, and even though I was made fun of multiple times for my terrible knowledge of the Italian language, going to this game made the trip feel worthwhile. If you don't want to go on a vacation, if you really want to travel, then immerse yourself in the culture and experience the way locals live their lives. Try something different and have fun.
No, not that much.
Do I sound funny?
No.
Truth be told, I didn't realize I was a loser on vacation until I got home. I was reviewing the footage you're watching right now, and it all sucked. Just random clips of famous things all over the place. There was no intention behind any of it. I was just checking boxes. Don't get me wrong, there's a time and a place for taking a break, for escape. If you're a paramedic or a firefighter or an accountant after tax season, I get it. You've earned a true vacation. I've been there. We all have. It's totally okay to go on vacation, to be a tourist, and to relax. And if that's what you like, then good on ya. But for the rest of us, for the people who are looking for something more, maybe we should reconsider how to best use our precious time off. And if you want to know what that looks like, I made these videos just for you. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe and I'll see you next time.